as a physician assistant working in the emergency room, I tend to see more of the beginning stages of death and dying. Sometimes when we do tell them, like for instance, there was a time when we did go to a family member to let them know that her husband had passed away, and she was in total denial, saying, no, there's no way. You have to maybe try another medication, try giving them something else. And she started to get very angry with the physician and with all of the staff. And it wasn't until we had to really take her to her husband to see all of the different things that we were doing to try to save his life that weren't working. And until she saw it, that's when she started realizing that we have to stop everything that we're doing, that he's not responding, and it takes a lot of time. And so we just don't get to that stage just because we are in the emergency room. We don't see that stage of acceptance or the later stages.
So as a pediatrician, sometimes we get only a snapshot in time, and I think the most prominent stages of grief, as far as like dealing with children, is denial and anger. So those are the stages that I see the most. The most prominent case of denial that I saw was when I was in training and I had to do a rotation in hematology oncology, so dealing with kids that are cancer patients. Our team, we were taking care of an 8-year-old girl, and she unfortunately had brain cancer, and we were in the room when she had a prolonged seizure and unfortunately passed away. And the mother witnessed this too. And when upon pronouncing the child dead, the mother started screaming in agony, and she said, "My baby's dead. My baby can't be dead." And she took her daughter's body into her arms, and she actually tried to take her out of the hospital. She said, "I want a second opinion. She's not dead. I need somebody else to tell me that she's not dead," which was a fairly traumatic experience. But it is an example of denial. Yeah. Another example. So now, as a practicing pediatrician, I get to follow my patients over time. So I actually did see someone go through all 5 stages of grief. So there was a 3-year-old boy who was playing with his 2-year-old brother in a driveway, and unfortunately had witnessed his 2-year-old brother get run over by a dump truck and pass away in front of him. So the mom, so both of them were my patients. So the mom brought the older brother to me and said, since he saw his brother die, he's been very withdrawn. He doesn't want to eat. He doesn't want to talk to anybody, which is very unlike him. He's a very talkative and very social child. Doesn't want to do the things that he normally likes to do. Like, he loved playing video games. He didn't want to play video games anymore. And then after being withdrawn for a while, he became very aggressive and angry. And he would hit his parents, which is something that he never did before. And then after that, he became depressed for quite a while. And then I saw him about a year later, and I asked the mom, "How's he doing?" And she said, "Oh, he's back to normal. Occasionally he remembers his brother and he becomes momentarily sad, but otherwise is completely back to normal."
I saw different situations and issues and so forth. We had a baby who had open heart surgery. Did the surgery and everything went right. I don't know, the kid has some terrible reaction, and we couldn't save the baby. The baby died. And what's to the vault and the nurse, and she lost it. She couldn't stop crying. She cried so much that she couldn't do anything. She lost it. Anyhow, we started calming her down. After a time, and I started explaining to her, and then it came to told her, you know, there is a course, you could take it in college, you see, and it will really help you in coping with such situations. And after that, it was probably 6 months or a year. The same nurse. We had a young patient, again, who was dead from an accident, dead. And she kind of cried inside. But she coped a little better, and she was able to go and explain the procedure to the parents. I am sorry for your loss. And I think she managed it right, and I told her, hey, bravo. And she said, well, I'm glad I took that class.